Well, my day has been my day. I did get one piece of good news today, which is that somebody that I was not appreciating having to work with at my job, I no longer have to work with. I am happy about that. Sorry to say, but it happens sometimes. Sometimes we get people who are, as somebody phrased it to me one time, not regarding a client, but just in that case regarding a manager. Sometimes you get a walk on the beach, and sometimes you get a tornado. So I just got finished dealing with a tornado, and I'm glad that I no longer have to deal with that person anymore. I'm happy about that. The title of this video is that success is a lonely road. Dating back to when I was a kid and I was growing up, my mom was a nurse, and she retired a couple of years ago. And my dad was an accountant, and they did those jobs for the duration of my life. They did other jobs before I was around, but those were the jobs that they did for the duration of me being here. And I used to see them come home every day, tired, stressed, upset, anxious, depressed. I'm using those terms now because those are terms that we use now. Those were not terms that were used when they were growing up. It was just toughen up, and you just have to learn how to deal with whatever life throws at you. Funny enough, a lot of kids grow up and say, I want to do what my parents are doing. I want to be like mom, or I want to be like dad. I mentioned in one of my tribute posts to my dad the other day that I wanted to be like my dad in some sense. But in that sense, it was more like I wanted to have his swag. I wanted to, dress the way that he dresses, and I wanted to be somebody who's outgoing like him and knew all these languages, like qualities and characteristics about him are things that I wanted to emulate. But in terms of his 9 to 5 lifestyle, that was never something that I had a goal of doing. And I always said to myself, this formula doesn't make sense because my folks are always tired. Whenever they would get home and I would be like, hey, can we play this game? Monopoly, Shoots and Ladders, Parcheesi, whatever was the games at that time, they would be like, Mark, I'm tired. You don't understand. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I don't understand because you both went to school. You got really good jobs and a really good education. And we do live in a nice place. It wasn't like the Taj Mahal or anything, but it was a pretty nice place, middle class, But you're always stressed and you never have time. So what kind of formula is that? The math is not mathing on this lifestyle. That's what I felt. The math is literally not mathing on y'all lifestyle. So from then, I thought to myself, what are some ways that I can earn money, not have to work myself to exhaustion, depression, all these things that y'all are experiencing? Because again, that doesn't make sense to me. But that was just the way of the world. But fast forwarding to my statement about success being a lonely road, there's only so few people who want to be entrepreneurs. In theory, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. In theory. Like everybody says, I want to get paid more. I want to be in control of my own hours. I don't want to have a boss. But not everybody really feels that. And I could give an example. In my last 3 jobs, the job I'm in now, the two previous jobs before that, it's my experience in terms of what I experience at work is not unique because we all have the same variables. We're dealing with the same supervisors. We have the same type of clients, and in fact, in this job, we switch clients a lot. Now they say they don't want to work with me, they get one of my colleagues, or a colleague goes out for a leave or something, and then I have to cover their case. So we're all familiar with each other's cases. Oh, I think I gotta hop back on in a minute.